Hi, how are you doing, children? We are here for a literature lesson, and I'm going to do the lesson Out with the Goats with you. Now, this is from a famous story, Heidi. Heidi was a little girl, say about 4 to 5 years old, and she used to live with her aunt. She had no parents. Now, the aunt wanted to work. So the aunt said, now you need to go and live with your grandfather. So the next day, she packed off the little girl and went to drop her to grandfather who used to stay on the Swiss Alps. Now, this little girl, when she went there and she saw the beautiful place, she was so excited even when she was going home. Grandfather was not too happy that this girl came because he said, what will I do with her? How will I look after her? But the aunt said, no, I need to work. So she left her there and he went. Now, the lesson begins with the time that Heidi got up in the morning and it was her first day. There was a whistle and she heard this little boy's whistle and she was wondering as to what it is. Then she peeped out and she saw it was a boy with some goats. So she got to know that it was Peter the goat herd and he had come to take the two goats that grandfather had, Shonley and Bailey. And he had to take them to the pasture. She got so excited and she said, Grandfather, may I go? He said, okay, go. So she ran up the hill with him and it was so difficult to control, and Heidi this side and that side she was running, and Peter wanted to tell her to stay with him, but this girl loved what she saw. Finally, when she reached on top, she said, Peter. Now, Peter, once the goats had reached the pastures, he lay down because he said, now let them graze. So she said, Peter, can you tell me the names? So Peter started telling her the names of the different goats. Like the white one, which the little goat that kept bleating was Snow Hopper. Then there was one with very big horns, and that was Big Turk, and everybody was scared of it, all the other goats. Then Thistlefinch was the only one who would resist. Suddenly, something happened. Thistlefinch slipped and she almost fell off the mountain, and Peter got her just in time by her leg. Now, Peter also stumbled when he got up quickly to catch the goat's foot. So, to bring the goat back, he needed help, and Heidi, smart girl, picked up some fragrant herbs, put them there under the goat's nose. So the goat came back and they saved it. Then, throughout the day, she kept enjoying herself, and as the day passed, now the evening was setting in, and she saw the whole thing turn orange. And she said, wow, Peter, what's that? That's fire. So Peter said, no, it's not fire. She said, no, it looks so beautiful. So he said that it's the setting sun. After that, when they came home, you know how when you go home, you tell your parents that I was so excited when I saw this, and this happened, mummy, and this happened. Now, when she came home, she wanted to tell her grandfather. So she told her grandfather everything, and then she said, see, grandfather, everything was on fire. There was a wonderful fire. The grandfather said, no, Heidi, the sun does that. And that's the way of saying goodbye to the mountains. It's setting. Now, that's where our story ends. I'll just tell you a little bit about what happened after this. After this, for a few days, she was there, and then the aunt comes back and tells her that, come, I'll take you, you need to be a companion to a girl who was sick. Once she was there, she started missing the mountains. She was very homesick. The doctor who saw her said this girl needs to be sent home. She was sent back. And later, the girl to whom she was companion came to spend some time. She was on the wheelchair. But when she came to the mountains, they were playing. Suddenly she got up and she started running around, and she was absolutely cured. This is the lovely story that we read now, and also that this lesson has been taken from. Thank you, beta.